Hello, my name is Christina Alvarado, and I am a third grade teacher at Davidson Elementary in Katy ISD, and I'm going to be talking to you about why school libraries are so important to student achievement. So, just a little quote from the American Library Association. Today's public libraries are consistently being challenged to do more with less. Less money, less staff, and less time. It has never been more important for librarians, staff members, trustees, and others with a vested interest in their public libraries to convey to their communities the value of the library. Advocacy, the process of acting on behalf of the public library to increase public funds and ensure that it has the resources needed to be up to date, is critical to the success of libraries. Let's look at some national and local data and see why we must advocate for our libraries. So, taking a look at some national data, 91% of all schools in America have libraries, but only 61% have full-time certified librarians. More than 60 education and library research studies have produced clear evidence that school library programs staffed by qualified school librarians have a positive impact on student academic achievement. Students in high poverty schools are almost twice as likely to graduate when the school library is staffed with a certified school librarian. And research shows that highest achieving students attend schools with well-staffed and well-funded school libraries. So as of the 2017, taking a look at some state data now, as of the 2017 to 2018 school year, there were 5,385,012 students in Texas. 50.8% of students were considered at risk of dropping out of school, and 18.9% of students were enrolled in bilingual and English language learning programs. The average SAT score in Texas was 1019, and the average ACT score was 20.3. In the class of 2017, 89.7% of the students received their high school diploma on time or earlier, and the dropout rate was 1.9%. And then there is a breakdown at the bottom of the screen of the statewide ethnicity of students enrolled in public schools. As you can see, in the state of Texas, we mostly have our highest percentage is Hispanic students, following white and then African American, and a small percentage of Asian students of two or more races, American Indian, and Pacific Islander. And taking a look at local data, Katy ISD is a school district in Katy, Texas. As of 2017-2018 school year, it had 77,331 students. The school received an accountability rating of A. 41.4% of students were considered at risk of dropping out of school. 17% of students were enrolled in bilingual and English language learning programs. The average SAT score at Katy ISD was 1145. The average ACT score was 24.3, and in the class of 2017, 94.5% of students received their high school diplomas on time or earlier, and the dropout rate was 0.6%. Katy ISD has certified teacher librarians at each campus, along with one librarian aide. So that would probably be considered well-staffed. It is up to the school, the campus principal, to determine the amount of money their library will get as a budget each year. This money comes out of their campus funds, and so librarians must fundraise in order to purchase extra things for collection development and reading programs. At the school that I work at, Davidson Elementary, $1,500 was the amount that was allocated for our library budget for this last year. So our librarian had to do quite a bit of fundraising to make up for the amount of funds that she was not given. And there is our district breakdown of ethnicity. So as you can see in our district, we have about 35.7% are white students, 34.8% are Hispanic, 15.2% are Asian, 10.8% are Black, 3.1% are two or more races, and 0.3% American Indian, 0.1% Pacific Islander. Advocacy. So why should we advocate? Advocacy is important because it spreads awareness of the impact libraries have on student achievement, and it enables librarians to promote libraries as the center of the community engagement, discovery, and lifelong learning. How do I advocate? Well, there's many, many ways of advocating, but some that I've highlighted here are by building campaigns or developing campaigns to spread awareness, engage with the community, network with other advocates, and communicate research and data to others. And what should an advocacy plan have? It should have a message, whatever is the message that you want conveyed. It should have some goals, what you want achieved, some objectives, and then some activities or ways of carrying out those objectives, and then possible obstacles and ways to overcome them. What is the role of a librarian? The librarian plays a big role in a school library. Her classroom is located at the center of the building and is the heart of the school. The librarian can host special events and promote school-wide initiatives. The library reflects the outlook the school has on learning and is responsible for getting kids excited about learning and reading. This is the role of the school librarian. She is an informational specialist, a teacher, an advocate. She does collection development activities. She helps teachers with technology integration. She collaborates with teachers. She is a co-teacher. She builds a community of readers. She assists teachers in curricular needs, and she leads professional developments. So, how do librarians impact students? Test scores are higher in schools with the presence of a certified teacher librarian. Teacher librarians connect to each of their patrons and develop relationships with them. They give equal access of information and materials to all of their patrons, and they provide a warm, inviting space that is inclusive for all students with different abilities, backgrounds, religions, genders, orientations, and ethnicities. How do librarians impact teachers? Librarians give professional development to teachers to help them grow in their craft. They help them integrate technology into their lessons. Librarians collaborate with teachers in order to offer their expertise in curriculum and instruction, as well as co-teach lessons with them. They are an invaluable resource to teachers, giving them access to the newest technology tools, databases, and information literacy standards. How do librarians impact schools? The teacher librarian is capable of connecting with all patrons, teachers, support staff, and administrators because the library is at the center of the school. She builds relationships with them, which is what drives them to come to the library and utilize the resources available. Because librarians can collaborate with teachers, head committees, lead professional developments, and carry a wealth of informational knowledge, they make great leaders for the school. How do librarians impact learning? Librarians offer makerspaces and other inquiry-based learning opportunities which support critical thinking and problem solving. Even though the amount of information available is growing every day, and this does bring many challenges to our students, librarians play a critical role in teaching digital literacy. Students learn to access information, evaluate information, and be good ethical users of information. Libraries provide collaborative spaces that promote cooperation amongst students and teachers. And how do librarians impact communities? Libraries can bring communities together by hosting engaging events such as multicultural nights, book prom, book tastings, book character parades, and so much more. By allowing parents to come into school libraries to volunteer and check out materials, this promotes literacy in homes and connects parents with the library. Because all communities are so different, libraries have the capacity to meet the needs of their community members by collecting materials that reflect them. All patron populations should be represented in libraries in order to connect the community to the library and make them feel welcome. Libraries are essential social spaces that provide vital resources for communities. The librarian is the leader, collaborator, and a partner in learning who has the huge task of ensuring that all students become effective users and creators of information to enable them to become lifelong learners. Here are my works cited, and thank you so much for your time and for listening to my presentation. Thank you.